Stop what you're doing. Chelsea just offered Jackson and Nkunku for Garnacho. Arsenal got curved by Madrid for Tchouamni. And Pep Guardiola wants to trade Haaland for Bellingham. This window is insane. Smash like, hit subscribe, and let's break it all down right now. Pep Guardiola is ready to do the unthinkable. Yeah, you heard me right. He's reportedly willing to ship off Erling freaking Haaland to Real Madrid in exchange for one man, Jude Bellingham. Boom. Transfer bombshell. According to reports out of Spain, Guardiola has made it crystal clear to the Manchester City board, whatever it takes, get me Bellingham. After a slightly underwhelming season, by their standards, where City only managed to finish third 13 points behind champions Liverpool, Pep is looking to hit the reset button. Injuries hurt, Rodri was out, and while Haaland still banged in 22 league goals, the sparkle wasn't quite the same. Some fans started whispering, "Is the robot glitching?" And just when we thought things had settled after Haaland signed that new deal, boom, rumours drop about secret clauses in his contract. One if City gets relegated, lol, and another if they miss out on Champions League. Well, they made it. Barely. But the whispers remain. Now Pep, being the mad genius he is, apparently sees Jude Bellingham as the real cornerstone of his next-gen City rebuild. Forget Rodrigo, forget Vini Jr., Pep only wants one thing. The Birmingham boy turned Bernabeu boss. But there's a slight problem. Real Madrid's stance? Not for sale ever. President Florentino Perez has basically declared Jude the new face of the empire, the heartbeat of Madrid's next decade. Meanwhile, Haaland's own image took a tiny hit during the FA Cup final, lost to Crystal Palace, where he passed up a penalty to let Omar Marmoush take it and miss. Wayne Rooney didn't hold back, saying, "Messi or Ronaldo? Never. They would have grabbed that ball and buried it. That's the difference." Cold words from Wazza, but is he wrong? So here we are. Pep wants Bellingham. He's willing to offer Haaland. Real Madrid says nah. And Haaland, still lethal, still human. Maybe, just maybe, not untouchable. Would you trade Haaland for Jude Bellingham? Is Pep being bold or bonkers? And can you really build a team without a striker like Haaland leading the charge? Stop what you're doing, because the Arsenal transfer train just tried to plough through the Bernabeu and Real Madrid weren't having any of it. Reports are flying in that Arsenal made a bold €75 million bid. Yep, that's £65 million straight up cash to try and snatch French midfield powerhouse Aurélien Tchouaméni. But what did Real say? Nope. Thanks, but no thanks. Cold. Ice cold. Apparently this all went down within the last few hours, as Arsenal's intermediaries tried to slide into Madrid's DMs with that mega offer. They were ready to pay immediately. No payment plans. No add-ons. Just that upfront Premier League money. But Madrid basically said, Tchouameni isn't going anywhere. Not now. Not ever. The guy himself reportedly wants to stay in white until he retires, and you've got to respect the loyalty even if it breaks Gooner hearts. And just to make things spicier, this comes after Arsenal already went shopping like it's Black Friday. Kepa, Zubimendi, Norgard, Madueke, Mosquera and Victor Gyökeres are all in the bag. You'd think they were done right? Wrong. According to longtime Arsenal insider Charles Watts, the Gunners are still sniffing around for one more big signing before the window shuts, but the next few weeks are all about trimming the fat. Names like Fabio Vieira, Sambi Lokonga, Reece Nelson, even Zinchenko. Might be packing their bags soon. But back to the midfield, despite already signing Zubimendi and Norgard, Mikel Arteta clearly wanted that extra dominance with Tchouameni. And honestly, that would have been a statement. Instead, Madrid flexed and said, "This one's not for sale, chief." Now, let's talk predictions. Former Premier League ref Mark Clattenburg popped up with some spicy takes on the Whistleblowers podcast, saying, Arsenal signing Gyökeres? Genius. They've been crying out for goals and a real leader up top. He even threw some respectful shade at Liverpool. No Isaac? Diaz gone? Salah losing pace? Clattenburg's verdict? If Liverpool don't get Isaac, Arsenal are my favourites for the title. He also pointed out how Man City looked shaky, Chelsea were vibes FC, United were mid, and Spurs were, well, Spursy. Arsenal? They're looking locked in. So what do you think? Should Arsenal go back in for Tchouaméni? Who should they target next if the Frenchman's a dead end? Is Clattenburg actually right? Are the Gunners title-bound? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright football fans, buckle up because this transfer saga is getting juicy. Chelsea have just dropped a bombie on the summer window with a shocking move for Manchester United's young star boy Alejandro Garnacho. And they're not bringing cash to the table, they're bringing players. That's right, a good old-fashioned swap deal. But wait until you hear who they're offering. According to reports, the Blues are trying to trade in Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku, like they're at a footballing pawn shop, hoping Man United bites. Meanwhile, United are out here trying to raise funds for their dream striker, RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, because apparently Haaland wasn't the answer they thought he was. With Rashford off living the Spanish dream at Barcelona, and Antony, Sancho and Malacia all sitting in the please buy me aisle, Garnacho's name has now been thrown into the clearance bin too. Yup, United are ready to part ways with the flashy Argentine winger, who, by the way, had some spicy tensions with manager Ruben Amorim last season. Napoli were interested, until they saw that £45 million price tag and noped out. Can't blame them really. But Chelsea? They're not scared. They even ran background checks on the lad and apparently said, yeah, we're good with this guy. But here's the kicker, United wanted cold, hard cash to help fund that Sesko deal. Instead, Chelsea come knocking like, hey, what if we give you a slightly used Nicolas Jackson and Nkunku that barely got warmed up last season? United, that's not exactly what we had in mind. Meanwhile, Aston Villa have been name-dropped in the Garnacho sweepstakes, but ex-defender Richard Dunn came in with the real talk. This guy should be United's poster boy, but instead, he's too busy showing off on social media instead of showing up on the pitch. Ouch! He even said Garnacho doesn't score or assist enough to be a real threat and isn't what Villa need right now. But, and this is a big but, Dunn thinks if someone like Unai Emery can put a leash on the lad and teach him a few grown-up football lessons, Garnacho could still become a beast. Right now, he's more hype than end product. So the question remains, should United cash in now? Will Chelsea's swap deal actually tempt them? Or will Garnacho stay and prove the doubters wrong? Stay tuned folks, because this transfer window is chaotic and we are here for it. Smash that like button, sub for more football chaos, and drop your thoughts below. Would you accept the Chelsea trade? And that's a wrap on the wildest transfer twists of the window so far. Garnacho on the move? Tchouaméni untouchable? Haaland for Bellingham? Madness. Let me know your take in the comments. Would you make any of those deals? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more football chaos, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single twist. This window's only heating up, and we'll be right here for all of it. Catch you in the next one.